Watley, because he QRM'd me at length yesterday. When I was talking to the hillbilly preacher, is there nothing sacred even in stupid land? I mean, I was talking to the hillbilly preacher, Brad. Kilo Golf 5, Lima Sierra Charlie. No, station. Listen carefully, I'll give you a moron. His name is Tom Watley, or Twatley, and his call is N1 Fox Mike, the former self-selected N1 SOB, and you know what SOB stands for. That's when he was a bad bully cop in the Delray Beach Police Department. He was a son of a bitch. He still is. So let me read you what he said about Mike. I won't be long. I'll be a little selective. And he says, Mike was one of a kind. Indeed, he was. And then he gives a bit of bullshit about how the Enforcement Bureau of the FCC didn't know what they were doing. Of course, we all know that the FCC doesn't know what they're doing in their area of expertise, which is radio. The stupid land always appoints incompetents in charge of their bureaucracy. Thank you for making my case. And then he goes on, he puts up a fraudulent letter, which has more deletions and extractions and reductions than I've ever seen in one letter. A very poor copy, so as to obscure where the diddling took place. Then he talks about Mike. At times, Mike was incredibly helpful, and he was even called a hero. Of course he was. To the stupid. And what else? Oh yeah, here's the one that really is of interest to me. Here's Tom motherfucker Watley, N1 fucking moron. The former N1 son of a bitch. All vanity call signs. And he writes, and I quote, Mike also blew the whistle on a Canadian military imposter. He's talking about me. Mike also blew the whistle on a Canadian military imposter who falsely claimed to be a naval captain. Okay. I'll tell you what. I'll give you $10,000. Anybody can prove that I said that. Because you see, I'm an imposter. So why would I claim anything? I don't have to claim anything. I can be anything I want to be. Being an imposter. The great imposter, if you must. Anyhow, it says, in conjunction with the fraudulent receipt of veterans' license plates from the Royal Canadian Legion. The Royal Canadian Legion. Well, in fairness, at least he got the spelling right.
Switch over to Linko for a moment.
But, Bob, you can tell the Royal Canadian Legion they can kiss my royal ass. Did I miss the sun, K5YJ? There is one of the QRMers from yesterday. Stand your turn. Wait your turn there, Mustang Sally. We'll come to you. We'll discombobulate you. I don't want to see yesterday, but go ahead. In due course. We're currently taking apart Tom motherfucker Watley. Like nobody has N1 fucking moron. The former N1 son of a bitch. Anyhow, Mike also blew the whistle on a Canadian military imposter. Well, he misspells imposter. But hey, what can you expect from a a donut eater, who falsely claimed to be a naval captain. Yeah, right. $10,000 for anybody who can prove that. I said that. I'm the great imposter, a military and otherwise. But $10,000, you asshole. And then he goes on, in conjunction with, can you be a little more precise? In conjunction with the fraudulent receipt of veterans' license plates. That's Prolix. Prolix, that's something like when Brian Crow licks and has his ass licked, I should say.
Jeez.
Prolix, you get it? I do digress. In conjunction with the fraudulent receipt of veterans' license plates from the Royal Canadian Legion. Like I said, the Royal Canadian Legion can kiss my royal ass. And, wait for it, the Royal Canadian Legion, as even those of you from stupid, darkest, stupid land can probably figure out, does not issue license plates. We have a bureaucracy like any other civilized nation that issues license plates. Having said that, shit crazy. I have an admission against interest. I issued myself some license plates. I actually made my own, but they were of another denomination, organization, and geographical location on the far side of the world. And I did it with color of right. But I do digress. And I was for my Kawasaki motorcycle, the only vehicle to ever cross a war zone. Oh, God. And so to continue, Tom motherfucker Watley is obviously a shit for brains when he alleges that the Royal Canadian Legion, which is better known for drunks, issues a license
A mentally
plate.
defective person on the dole in Canada criticizing Americans.
Randy, you racist fucking bastard.
Will you summon the CPA identify?
Fucking turn, Randy. I'm not finished taking.
Oh, you got an email from one of his sucko fans. Isn't that special? Using my name, man.
Not finished taking apart motherfucker Watley. Wait your turn.
Yeah, K5YJ Friday, will you summon CPA? This person on the dole for 40 years, this mentally defective person, according to Canadian records, criticizing veterans, heroes, and Americans. This guy is a piece of flotsam and jetsam.
For everybody present.
This stuff is a shame, but it's also freaking hilarious.
Short arm inspection, as we used to call it in the military, a short arm inspection. And for those of you
I want to talk to you about that amp later. Do we summon CP?
served, you'll remember a short arm inspection, as in cough, which also included Canadian amateurs as complainants. What the fuck would Canadian amateurs as complainants have to do with veterans plates issued supposedly by the Royal Canadian fucking Legion?
Oh, listen to this. This is nuts. He was denied a phony application for veterans plates. Because what? They looked him up. He didn't serve. This guy is batshit crazy, though. He's some CPA.
Watley and one fucking moron, the former N1 son of a bitch. And he goes on, which included Canadian amateurs as complainants. What a laugh. And the RCMP, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, were also complainants. And Canadian Security Service. Now, that's not right. It's the Canadian Security Service. Actually, it's not the Canadian Security Service. It's the Canadian Security and Intelligence Service. I know, Donald Trump doesn't like intelligence. And obviously, neither does Paul motherfucker Watley. N1 fucking moron. The former N1 son of a bitch. Mustang Sally. Otherwise, he would have included it, wouldn't he? But I do digress, James.
Okay, that's
I
enough
do
for now.
digress. Now, pay